Hello, Travis here, and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. In the last, well, no, there was going to be another episode before this episode, but you might remember how I was talking about how might have been being a little bit off. Uh, well, as I was preparing to make the last, what was going to be episode 56. I was listening to my recording. I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, this ain't it. I sounded kind of miserable. I don't know why I didn't stop recording. But and what is the last episode? I kind of worked on this and it stalled out because of course it's not perfect. Basically, we're taking our scraps and using recyclers to break it down. Now, what I did in this now scrap technique is I built something that would handle more than. This is basically kind of a assembly line that takes scrap, turns it into recyclers, lightning collectors, and some to make some modules. This is kind of how one might do a. Of course, it isn't perfect. There's 4 materials that we have that we don't have, and this all took me about 50 minutes to build. That kind of demonstrates some core aspects of Fulgora, of building Fulgora, building Fulgoran style, which is keeping it nice and compact and handling scrap recycling. And I began to just so it's not water. That should properly destroy, and I don't know if I talked about this in the last episode, but to kind of really, in order to like avoid stuff, you basically bring these recycler loops. Because recyclers destroy 75% of the material, but if it's the base ingredient that can be recycled into, then it will basically just void it until it's basically 0. So what are we gonna do next this episode? Well, now that I'm feeling better, I feel like we should progress towards progress through Fulgora's tech tree a little bit more by making Holmium plates, the forbidden pink lemonade. Alright, now how do I want it? Holmium requires a stone, holmium ore, and water. And I'll probably I think the end goal, I think the way I want to play my Fulgora run is to kind of build each segment, go to like a scrap module for like each component, and then at the end create a thing that basically handles all the. So let's get strangely a Holmium plate is craftable in a foundry, which we probably will be doing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised this works as well as it does. It is without its flaws, of course. And it eventually will back up. But it turns, I think, 8 out of the 12 Fulgoran scrap outputs into either power or usable resources. We're gonna take our power down south. And I did import some clips exposed volcanists before this episode. Because well, I do agree that it kind of good to don't like bring in necessary exports for me. The challenge with Fulgora is the collapse. It's the lightning in the. So I felt this is we'll probably utilize that scrap patch for our holmium production. That being said, we'll eventually, I'm probably thinking this is probably a good patch to use for out here. And we'll probably use some elevated rails to make that happen. relatively safe while they had to connect my power into the network. We don't need the Fulgoran lightning rod to provide some coverage, but you can't connect them to the grid, so they're kind of just a safety shield. Like a terribly big scrap pile, so alright. I have learned that about 12 of yeah. 12 recyclers. Six. This is about a red belt of output, so alright, so now we have a we do want to pull off a few things off of this belt. But first and foremost, we need to grab some more recyclers. I'll add, am I getting moving, alright. What we're first going to do, we're going to take a, if we need gears, we can always just, but we don't really need gears at this point, so we're going to go about destroying. All these gears that we're getting. Alright. So now that we get the I kinda want to just a little bit of space. And besides, we're gonna be like up here, we're gonna be turning into water. Ice melting. Enough staring at my handiwork. Alright. Another thing that we'll definitely want to pull off the belts now that I'm noticing it accumulate. Concrete. We don't need concrete. I'll create a buffer. But that should and also pull solid fuel. We'll get a lot of solid fuel. It's been a while since we actually unironically used the boilers in any capacity. Man, Fulgora's music is going really hard right now. And we'll put this belt to destroy. We can do pipes. Or else we'll do a consume all. Again, I was going to try and avoid mods when it's possible, but right now we don't need any steel, so we're gonna destroy all that. Batteries. Batteries we probably need for so we'll just that leaves us with stone, all these other stone we do want. So we're going to red circuits are not going to be easily destroyed. But we'll make it work. I think we'll do two things for just this one needs some work. Copper cable. Now we're starting to get into some of the different copper cable. I'm probably gonna destroy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna take a look at this. Blue circuits we don't necessarily need, but we do want them because they're a pain. Because they are. So we will. Stash them for now. low density structure is a pain in the butt to destroy, so and we don't get a whole lot of it. Should, in theory, leave us with Holmium. Which, fun fact, is a real thing. It sounds ridiculous, but I learned on like the Factorio or something like that it is very much a real. Now that we have our got rid of everything that we don't need for making Holmium, we can actually make the Holmium. I believe it's chemical plants, was it? Yeah, it was chemical plants. How do we want to build this? Honestly, we won't need a lot of, because Holmium is so rare on here. Probably want to do it this way. Our Holmium solution, our pink lemonade, per se. Yeah, Holmium solution. Oh, we need to. much Holmium as possible, we're gonna be using Foundry. 50% base quality, baby. And there we go. That gives us a whole new slew of which is going to be superconductors, which is a whole bunch of stuff. Electrolyte, supercapacitors, and electromagnetic plants. This is the bit what we call might compare to the speed modules just for the ice, for the water. I forgot to, no, I should have realized that, recyclers have 4 module slots. I think this is a good breakdown of well, everything is going to be gears, but when it isn't, it will create a backlog like this. I want to burn off some solid fuel. Actually, just solid. I mean, it just gets destroyed. Yeah. It's rocket fuel that probably would break down into, yeah. You know what? Wetting the depth developer looks it made it solid fuel instead of rocket fuel just so you can't just get a rocket from that. So our next thing is gonna be crafting supercapacitors, which allow us to get our electromagnetic zones back. We're gonna take us over. Why is this scrap patch like connected to each other? Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna come. How is this doing? It's still moving for now. Batteries are probably going to be the next block bit. Yeah. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you have any comments or concerns, leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more Factorio Space Age, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.